comfy?
I am nice and comfy.
Well, that's great.
It is. Welcome to Dragon's Flow Teacast. And, for a while now, it's going to be the final Teacast. Because, tea shop stuff.
Yeah, lots of busyness, and not going to have enough time to properly do an every week thing.
Yeah. So for those just tuning in for the final Teacast...
Welcome!
Welcome, goodbye.
Right now we are aiming for...
Oh, there go our subscribers. Go on.
Right now we're aiming for August 1st for a grand opening. It'll depend on a lot of things. I'm just being jerked around a lot. We have upgraded with the landlord from to I'm open to it. So
that's good.
That is good. Unfortunately, he lives in Florida, and so
What?
like, I can't talk to him directly. So he asks questions to like the in-between manager stuff like, so is this area like a place that would like tea, or if you lived up here you would know that. But yes, it is. Yeah.
It just has to be marketed right, because I've heard just every tea shop owner in the area has mentioned the one in Mount Prospect that closed. I still don't know why.
What? Does that exist?
It did like 10 years ago, and everyone still talks about it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Galactic. The place where my journey began.
The place that I never went to, that closed before I
thought it was a place...
I knew all the places.
After Randhurst closed and moved to Deerfield, but then it just couldn't...
Wait, Randhurst moved to...
No, Galactic. Galactic moved to what... Damn it, Nick. Galactic moved to
This
Deerfield.
is why I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, everything was good. The problem was just bad marketing and bad advertisements from the owner. Owner was very passionate, and I love that. But I mean, one thing she did was she put on an ad during Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Like a commercial.
I mean, that's not necessarily bad. Why is that bad?
She
didn't. Target audience.
She didn't. Her tea shop was old British ladies.
Oh.
Yeah. And the people that like high school girls, I guess. Very traditional thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm just picturing you going there, but...
Yeah, it would make sense. But, yeah, for that one, not so much. And so, yeah.
And a couple of the other places that we went to, like, a lot of the times, just like if they had like a tea bar, like we plan on having, it was all like people in their 20s.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot more younger people.
I think tea has become a
commodity.
Yes. It has not become a commodity. It has always become a commodity, but I think it's become a young person's drink.
Might be becoming. I'm not sure if I can say it's become officially.
Yeah, well, we have to reach the technical limit of become. Oh. There's a certain amount. There's a definite like.
It's more than
line
that's
in the
sure.
ground where it has officially become.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, we had brisk as the attempt to get us to drink tea, and at that point, it almost really wasn't tea. It was mostly just
sugar water, yeah.
With like tea flavoring.
Well, the problem is like when you're young, you get exposed to a lot of failures if you don't know if your parents or whoever doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, right. Well, so
you get the Lipton treatment.
That was our exposure, and I actually liked brisk growing up, but now everyone is on the oh no, sugar's the devil, and it's for good reason.
Yeah.
But so people are looking for more energy with less sugar, and they're getting turned on to tea. So it's definitely been increasing in the years. Sooner or later, people will start to worry about what they enjoy drinking, and I think that'll help tea a lot. But right now, people are getting turned on because yerba mate has the same amount of caffeine as coffee. Ooh.
Though I will state, I've had yerba mate several times, and I never feel much of anything.
I love yerba mate.
Caffeine does not affect me at all.
I don't know what else is in yerba mate, but gosh, last summer or something, I spent a lot of time reading, and it was like the perfect read and meditate thing. Like, it kept me really alert, like more alert than coffee. But yeah, I didn't really get that like eye twitchy jolt of caffeine that energy drinks and coffee give me. So I mean, it's wonderful. There's definitely something there, but it's subtle. And I think subtle in a good way, but that's just because
you like subtle tea.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So something I was told which is going to make my life much easier is that the landowner does not want like a big formal budget/business plan. Just anything I can fit on a page will do.
Oh, that's good, because you're terrible at that.
Yeah. I found out some interesting things while I was... I can't make it look professional. I can make it work, but I can't like do like the official crap. You know, I do it like, okay, so we got this plus this. There you go. This is in a month. Bada bing, bada boom. Apparently, investors don't like bada bing, bada boom being listed as...
Right, for good reason. So here's the reason. Like, in your schematic, your T-bar was 20 feet long. It's why they don't like bada bing, bada boom. That translates to every aspect. And so it could...
And your couch was like 6 inches long.
No, it was long. It was just not
or
wide.
Wide,
yeah.
Deep, whatever.
Deep,
some interesting things I found out is
3 feet.
Over 60% of the world's broadcast on TV is anime.
What?
60%?
60%.
That is a lie. Prove me wrong.
Internet it. Because I was looking up statistics on anime and whatnot to share with him, and that's one of the things that came up. I
want to fact check that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Internet it.
In the world...
Yes.
The onus of proof is on you, my friend.
Alright, I'll keep looking at it.
Anyway, this tea we're drinking...
By the way, just thinking outside of the box initially, we do have a lot of short shows in anime, so maybe it's titles. Because other TV shows run... Like, CSI has been on for, 100 years?
Oh, yeah.
And
there's anime that's been running since the 50s.
Yeah, there's a few of them, but what I'm saying is a lot of the TV show, Game of Thrones, 10 years. All of the other, like, the big shows run for forever, versus the average anime right now is, 12 episodes.
Yeah.
So in terms of titles, yeah. In terms of, amount of time on TV,
Yeah, and most are like the vast majority are 20 minutes, not an hour.
And anime,
we're leaning towards an hour.
Anime also has a awesome
shows.
and annoying tendency to rename their second seasons. Like, it's not
God, I hate that.
Code Geass 2, it's Lelouch of the Rebellion.
And it's always in, well, I think that's kind of cool.
Right, it's awesome and annoying.
Because that's why, you can think of it of the first part as its own show, and then be like, the end.
Yeah.
And then the second part is its own kind of separate thing. I think it's going to be completely different.
But yeah, I can already tell it's going to be. I just don't know if it's going to be different in a way that, because R2 was different than the first season. So I mean, but it was definitely of the same essence. So it just sort of completed it. I hope it's going to be like that.
And they consider that two different shows, by the way.
Code Geass?
The different seasons.
You should watch
R1,
Code Geass.
R2.
Yes. You should watch both of them.
Which is, that's kind of weird. But, there was, a 2-year gap between the seasons, so I can kind of understand that. Anyway, the tea that we're drinking today, it's a,
It's a farewell tea.
Green, white, oolong tea. So it's every possible thing except black tea.
Huh.
We don't like that.
I love it.
We're gonna have a second
Infusion.
No, John.
I want to have a second infusion of this.
I do too.
Get the water ready.
Okay. Button go. And we can have a
second tea
during the second infusion. Ironically, we will not be having a second infusion. We will be having a second tea because we have a box of samples that we haven't tried.
So I didn't know what to expect with this
tea. We've got a ton
of
teas.
Because there was so much in there.
It's a bizarre medley.
Right. This reminds me of the very first tea that got me into teas. I've been having just all of the nostalgia.
Alright, so I was slightly mistaken. It's not all thing, the statistic is 60% of all animation worldwide comes from Japan.
That's a big difference.
That sounds low.
Alright. There's also a couple of other little tidbits in this big article.
Okay.
Japanese anime holds 2 Guinness World Records. The longest broadcasting animation in the world has more than 7,000 episodes since 1969.
Says I-san.
Yes. The other one is Anpan Man, which holds the highest number of characters in an animated franchise with a total of 1,768 characters.
Jesus
appearing
Christ.
in the first 980 episodes and the first 20 movie films.
Movie films?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's amusing.
I'm gonna start saying movie films from now on.
Movie films. Alright, so I'll have to fix that up.
That 60% sounds actually pretty low.
Well, there's things like Disney and whatnot, and...
Yeah, but those are movies.
Yeah. There's
Japan,
Disney Channel.
Japan, yeah, but that's
Cartoon
all
Network.
live action now.
Cartoon
Disney
Network.
Channel. And Cartoon Network's reruns.
Yes, but it's still on TV. And
okay, so if it
early
airs
kid shows in the morning,
if it airs once, does that count? Or if it airs once, that counts. If it airs a rerun, does that count as airing twice?
I don't know.
Or because that's a major factor.
I could look deeper into it, but I don't want to.
We need to go deeper. No, we don't. No.
Anyways, point being, Yulian, you just pulled a Nick's weight is what you just did.
Yes,
it's
I did.
60% of everything on TV. Yes, it is. No, I looked it up.
Why do we have to talk about this?
I'm going to relook at the original source I looked at. Maybe they were the ones who mistook. So yeah, Nick, a few days ago...
We don't need to talk about this.
No, yes we do.
Doesn't matter where you got it. He could have actually seen it at the doctor, but there's some points common sense kicks in.
Nick here thought he was 290 pounds. Nick, how tall are you?
5'11".
5'11". I am 6'3". I've put on quite a nice guts, and I've got a mountain of muscle because I've been doing martial arts and personal training for like 15 years. And like every part of my body, is bigger than Nick's. I'm around 270 pounds, and Nick said he weighed 290. Everybody was a little bit skeptical. So we dust off and whipped out the old scale.
Because I was focused on the second number, the 70 or whatever you said, 70?
Yes.
And the 90. And you were all like
Nick found the one thing that's bigger.
You were
the second digit in the weight.
You were all like, I'm fat because I'm
my 9's
70.
bigger, said Nick.
And then I'm like, oh, I just got weighed at the doctor's, and it was 90, and I gained so much weight, and then you're like, no, because look at us.
You didn't say 90, you said 290, boy.
You did.
I said that, but I was thinking about I was focusing on the 90 part.
What have I told you about thinking?
Nothing?
Exactly.
Okay, that doesn't. So your advice is you don't have any.
Correct.
Then I don't need to think. I don't. God.
Perfect. My job is done here.
And that's why he's here.
So yeah. Be as mad as you want, Nick. I win this round.
I want more of this tea.
Sadly, you do. All right.
Yeah, so what you point at,
more
I'll
of this second infusion.
Right. So yeah,
Put the shotgun down, Nick!
Nick is very angry today. So we have to take a
I'm about as angry as usual.
let's take a brief pause from that madness.
Madness.
We got more water going, so we're gonna try more tea. But yes, the tea shop. There are a lot of things I hope to accomplish with this. I'm not gonna go into all of it because we'll be here forever. Tea is a healthy drink. And for some reason, anime people are just obsessed with drinking like Mountain Dew and the worst type of stuff they can find. I want to get them on a healthy track. And not just with tea, but with just a lot of stuff. Thanks, Nick.
Keep going.
I will keep going,
the
I
tea can
guess.
handle itself.
And on that note, I want to try my best to only play good anime in the back. Luckily, this past season has been, finally we've seen a turn towards good anime. For the past several years, it's been nothing but garbage. And one of the reasons why is that anime people keep eating it up. You know, they're producing garbage because garbage is selling.
I made a video about that.
You did. And that's something I really want to see change. Really badly. Because this is a medium I love. And I'm sick of people just constantly lowering the standards because everything must be fantastic no matter what. Ero Manga Sensei should never have happened. That is like...
Which one was that?
That's not one of those I want to have sex with my sister type of shows in which it was...
Oh, that one.
Yeah. I've never seen a full episode. I've just seen many clips. And the way it's been described is that it finds the lowest of the low, and each episode tries to top that. And so it's like constantly going for new lows. And this type of crap keeps selling. There's a reason why so many people view anime as like this gross, disgusting, stupid, perverted thing. It's because a lot of it is. And the reason why that is because so many people keep feeding into it. It's gotta stop at some point. Anyone have anything to add while Nick pours? I can keep going.
Well, a lot of it is just the same rehashed. Like we were talking about this when we were talking about what's it called, the Flat Earth show, A Place Further Than the Universe. It's not that it's even bad. It's just that it's like mediocre, or it's just the same rehashed, like barely even a concept done over and over and over again. Like this season has probably the most wide variety of concepts, I'd say, that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. And even if some of those concepts don't like fully hit the mark, we'll talk about a Dancing Dragons and a Second Infusion. At least they're trying, as opposed to before.
So there was an interesting thread that kind of stuck with me because I was going to make a response to it, but the long and short of it is this one person. I'll just leave my own assessment, is an extremely talented costume maker, and what I think it was a he, I don't know, what he likes to do is he likes to make like Scyther and like hard things to make like that, and just loves the ingenuity of it. But because Scyther's like an animal,
people, the Pokemon, I'm like,
yes,
Scyther. I have to get my anime cred back up.
That's like level 1. You need to go back up or back down to the base. Heads in the clouds. But anyway, but a lot of the hard ones are like partial animal, and so whenever they make the cosplay, people shout out furry and are upset because like furries oftentimes are degenerate.
Yeah, it's
or
kinda...
Nazis, oddly enough.
Yeah, one way or the other.
It's really weird.
It's
Yeah,
never
why?
like, hi, I'm Jason. I work in accounting, and I like to dress up as a furry.
Well, maybe
It's
it
always
is, but
No, it's always like, hi, I'm vampire. I'm still looking at my acne, and I like 12-year-olds. Also, I dress up as animals.
yeah. But anyways, this person would be lumped into the furry community sometimes because the some of the materials are like felt like. Like that's just that's the easiest one to get. And
Well, but
like,
is that like a business where he just makes the costumes, or
No.
he just likes to cosplay?
They make the costumes themselves.
Okay.
And dress up themselves, and yeah, that's their thing. And so like actually, proof is in the pudding. They're so innocuous that I can't even remember their face. And like there was nothing that led me to believe that there was anything. Actually, matter of fact, they were upset by being sort of labeled as a furry. And so that led me to think that, all right, so in order to be a creative type, because that person was really inspired by creativity, and a lot of even furries are, like there were those My Little Pony furries.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they weren't actually furries. They were just trying to be... Anyways, in order to be a creative type, you basically are rejecting things as they are. Like you reject the blank canvas, or you reject something not existing. And that was the point, was like, how do I create these really tough cosplays if I don't want to be labeled a furry, and I don't want that following me? It's like, well, fair enough. But if you're a creative type, oftentimes you're not received, even in the creative type, like artistic circles, well. It's just, that's how it works. Because since you're in sort of the process of rejecting, you're doing something that hasn't existed, that's outside of the norm, and you do it from a place of, not accepting things as they are. You kind of surround yourself by this like rejection cycle. And so the people that do one type of thing, they've rejected things in the same way, and so there's sort of a norm that's created in, let's say, the cute girl arena. There's the people that do the gender bending, like they have their sort of sub-circle because they've rejected certain things in the same way, and then there's the furries who've rejected things in certain ways. So, like we were saying, 60% of animation is anime, and so there's a ton of it. And people are going to find their own little like sub-circles. So what I think is kind of needed is like, okay, some of those sub-circles, like you can't watch certain anime with your parents.
Yeah.
And some of it is because it's dirty, raunchy, grossy, naughty, and other ones are just because they wouldn't get it.
Right.
And what we're seeking to do is we're going to create a place that you can go in public and watch it. And so you have to practice that. We're going to have to find the line of, okay, no, that's not we're going to play during the day anime. And so people can come, and just by virtue of this existing, will help people hammer out what's okay to, like advertise.
Right. Yeah, I was just having a conversation yesterday with a friend who went to Japan, and he's like, people, like, adults are just, like, reading manga on the train.
Right, we can make that happen.
How is that socially acceptable? It's so weird. And then I'm like, well, because they have manga about businessmen making trades that... Like, nobody here wants to read that.
I do.
They don't trade, they don't translate that.
Oh,
that's not going to sell
in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, because of this thing, I don't want this to be like, a single shop and that's it. I want this thing to grow beyond all expectations. And with that, I hope to be able to be in contact with some people in these places. Funimation, Toei Animation,
Fuji TV, and Aki Toriyama.
I was going to say 4Kids.
4Kids.
Are they still around even?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. But, get within the animation things and be able to, talk to them about making good stuff again. Maybe paying the artist more and giving him more time. I want to see...
You'd have to have like a Netflix level budget.
Yeah. I want to see a lot less anime, but higher quality. I don't want to see things like that stupid ramen noodle thing.
Well, I think what happened is like, okay, so you guys, I think, reached the same kind of point that I did a few years ago, where you kind of caught up to the current season, and you're like, all this is trash. But it's always been that way. We just never... We've never had the capability of watching it as it comes out. We've never had simulcasts before.
No, but there's been plenty of times in a couple of years that I looked at the new season, I read the description, I just go, this is not even worth starting at episode 1.
Right.
And so, I don't think it's that.
But that has always been the case since, like, the 90s. Like, Cowboy Bebop was not the only show that happened in 1997 or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're saying.
Now, 2007, that was a great year. Like, so much great stuff came out, and there were a bunch of great years where just, like, every show that we introduce people to who've never seen anime before, it comes from 2007.
Mm-hmm.
There was a video I watched earlier this week where some guy was talking about the quality today versus the quality from like the 80s and 90s, and how the quality has dropped to the point where, like you said, we've just kind of accepted mediocrity. Like a concept
Quality
like...
of what?
Quality of everything. Animation specifically right now I'm talking about. So something like background faces of characters who don't matter just being put like all crappy. Like we've become accustomed to that.
That's something I want to talk about later.
Yeah.
In a kind of ironic way.
But I mean, that did not happen in the past. In the past, they actually drew the faces.
You know what? I'll just talk about it now. Okay, so in Persona 5, I also did a video on this. One of the themes that I noticed very quickly was that you're always isolated when you're in the real world. And so in school, for example, you're a loner, and everyone around you is like, you can hear them talking about you, but like not to you. They're like making rumors and stuff. It's like, isn't that the kid who did the thing? And then when you're riding on the train, everyone has kind of like a generic face, and also you have a generic face. And when there's a loading screen, the loading screens are just again, it's like faceless, bland, literally gray silhouette with like a little bit of detail. Like there's like lines to separate the hands and arms from the bodies, and like maybe some glasses. Mm-hmm. So it's like really like hard. Like you don't know anyone around you in this massive city that you're forced to be in for reasons, and it's just like faceless crowds everywhere, literally. But in the anime, it's just everyone's got a face, and I think it's just like they want to use technology because they can, so they have to. It's really weird. It's just like how I was talking about Berserk, like they go out of their way to show off that they can use 3D animation to make the horses, breathe. Mm. Like, it's so weird.
Silly. So, yeah, that's where I stand with things like quality and whatnot. I'm not gonna kick people out because they have low quality tastes.
I just realized something though.
Uh-huh.
Putting faces on people or things is the reason we got Derpy. Like, you don't want to spend that much time and budget on the background people, and if you do something doofy, everyone's going to know about it, and then you need a runoff sequel and a, character, put in back.
But it actually worked out for the better in that case.
It did, but it's just annoying. Like, if you want to focus on your plot, and then everyone's like, we want Derpy! Okay, Derpy's in the background here. Yay! But friendship is magic, but Derpy!
Couldn't we...
I don't think that they have a very strong end goal, Like, anime, we got, 12 to 24 episodes. Maybe, I doubt there was actually a compelling argument that said, the 50 episode ones are going to be really rare.
Yeah, I can see that, because now we've been going to 12 episodes, and now the 3-minute
it's
things
slowly
have been
decreasing.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, they've always been out.
If they do what they're doing with My Hero, I think that'd be fantastic. Just
I
keep
love My
that
Hero.
pace up.
Like the
Coming up second infusion.
26 episode season, and then take a break, and then come back and do it.
Yes.
I think that's much better than the Naruto formula.
Yeah. I really...
That's poison.
I will forever remember the point in time where I was expecting it to be, I think, 12 episodes, and then they just came out with the second set of episodes. And I'm just like, oh!
I remember the time where I was expecting literally everything to be 26 episodes, and then it's 12 episodes, and I'm like, 12?
Yeah.
That's weird.
So currently I'm reading One Punch Man, and after the last chapter, there was a few things I realized. Number one, the One Punch Man manga, the quality is freaking phenomenal. I think it's probably the best artist manga I've seen ever. And some people might argue things like Berserk. I think Berserk...
I was going to say Berserk.
Yeah, I don't think that. The reason why is that all Berserk does is it gives an incredible amount of detail to the point where it just doesn't matter. But something like One Punch Man...
I can see where you're coming from.
Alright, I'm gonna give...
One Punch Man has, it has more emotion to the art, I guess you can say.
I'll give an example with very minor spoilers, but I won't say any names. So there's two martial artists who were fighting. One of them is a student of the other one, and they use the same technique. In the art styles of the younger one, you can see that his fluidity is a little bit more crass, but just more powerful. Meanwhile, with the older person, the fluidity of his movements, because the lines that follow it, it's a lot more fluid, a lot more circular.
Yeah,
but it hits more in you can see the story purely in the artwork itself.
Right.
He doesn't put how many eyelashes does this person have?
Yeah.
Like Berserk does.
Yeah.
I've read Berserk, which is chapter 200 something. I just stopped because I think Berserk is highly overrated. I really do. It's simplistic as hell.
It's parts of it are, but there's a lot that could be taken out and wouldn't be missed. But I think the story in general and the lore and a lot of the reasons that things happen are just amazing. And where the story is at now, because it's chapters can just come and go as they please.
Yeah.
And where the story is now, it's such an amazing cliffhanger that I can't stand it. I have to have more.
What's the love interest in that name?
Casca?
Yeah,
Casca.
I just saw a picture of Casca that said Griffith did nothing wrong. And I enjoyed it.
The other aspect of One Punch Man I like is that it actually has... It has a really good deep story despite the simplicity of what it seems like. And it's actually got martial arts stuff. What was the last time we had
The anime, it takes all the... It's all the joke chapters that are out now. It's okay, he can get this guy in one punch. Can he get the next guy in one punch? We'll find out. Yes, he can. Can he get all these guys? Yes. And it just basically continues. But after that, way more characters are introduced, and it becomes like an actual serious thing. I think that's kind of like an unintentional thing that just happened, where it's like the artist or the author just like kind of wrote himself into a corner, and he's just like, oh no, this got popular.
That's literally what happened, because he wrote One Punch Man just like pretty much as a joke to just kind of like test out new drawing styles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And people like hooked on it. It's like, okay.
So well, the original author didn't like. He's not the artist. Mm-hmm. He's just the author, and his drawings are terrible. That's where you get like the dumb okay face.
Yeah.
But the artist he's working with is awesome.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is, in order to achieve high success, you just really need to commit to not doing any more. Final Fantasy, One Punch. Then if anyone's seen the
last story,
the never-ending
never-ending story, yeah.
Last Edmund until Korra came out.
The last Airbender.
The last Mimsy.
Then if anyone's seen The Life of Brian, for those shall be given... Oh, never mind, nothing. Don't worry about it. No, what is it? Get him, guys!
When was the last time we had a good martial arts manga or anime?
Kenichi?
I just finished reading Baki.
Finally. Wait, which part of
Son
Baki?
of Ogre.
Son of Ogre. Yeah. The one where they had like the final fight and it ended kind of weird.
Yeah, it ended on nothing.
It ended with them giving each other a high five, basically. One of those manly high fives.
It was so weird.
It was weird as hell.
I'm like, is there another chapter? No.
Well, no, it began the, whatever the new thing is with Miyamoto Musashi.
Yeah, I couldn't find that.
It's difficult to find and it's not caught up.
Also, yeah, I figured there wasn't much to read, so I didn't.
Yeah, so
and there was a second one, a second Baki manga.
There's a lot of spin-offs, so there's like 6 spin-offs.
Okay, God.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get
Won't
Baki.
be reading all of those.
Kenichi, that was like 2008, 2009. There hasn't really been much, and it's been really disappointing.
There was Karate something guy's name.
Oh, I remember that. I can't remember the full title, but, you know, there was at least that. Oh, I gotta see what's going on with that, because I stopped because, you know, it was being translated by the translator's time.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, one chapter every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That was like years ago. Hopefully it's done now.
I doubt it. Well, it was ongoing, so...
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, there's been a big lack of that. But there's been just a constant stream of the transported to another universe.
Literally banned by the writers' writing contest.
That's what I mean by mediocrity and just like fucking laziness.
At least
you can't do this all the time.
At least they put it to a stop with that.
Yeah. Well, one section did, but from what I can tell, it's still going. He
the
mysteriously
anime...
got transported, and we're gonna pretend like we don't care why.
ReZero.
Yeah, why don't they ever care why?
It's like,
well, ReZero kind of did like a parody of it,
that
where
was
they're like,
kind of funny.
Like, what did he say about that? I forget.
Nothing. He just like, what? Well, I bet I have magic powers.
No, I don't.
Nope. And then he died.
see, there's a lot of quality stuff I'm missing. God, I'm hoping soon enough I'll get successful enough where I can pitch my ideas to other people. I got 4 different manga ideas that have been floating in my head for, well, some of them decades. One of them being the martial arts one that I've been talking about. They haven't wrote for a while until things happened. Of like, what's a good way to describe it? Basically, a world where guns are no longer a thing, and so the only way to do combat is martial arts. And so it's become like the main thing in the world. And stories.
Then one day someone invented a sword.
No, there's still weapons and whatnot. Guns existed, but for whatever reason, there was like a global, okay, we're gonna stop doing guns. I'm gonna work out.
Which means that one guy's
the-
going to get it.
All the world became Deerbrook or Deerfield or wherever.
Yes, Deerfield.
Where they banned
Deerbrook.
guns.
And so yeah, I got other ideas. I'm not gonna bother going into all of that right now. Just I want to see quality again. I want what's going on this season needs to be more of it. But even this season is like less than 10% of it.
Next season's also pretty good. I hear.
I don't know. No more magical girl sight.
More magical girl Ore.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Second
annoyed
infusion.
that people are like saying nice things about magical girl sight.
A lot of
It's
them.
because a lot of them are like
Edgy 15-year-olds.
edgy. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
You thought anime was for kids.
a little bit of cooling the Jets is needed because there's always going to be lulls, but there's certain things in these shows that will probably just like either become the we're not going to do that ever again, which is also a really necessary part of the creative process, actually probably the most important part in some ways, and then also will inspire like, oh, wait a second, that was a really good idea but done terribly, let's do it right. And then they're going to do it, they're going to blow everything out of the water, and then there will be like these nerds doing podcasts. It's just like, man, that was the first one, and then this one obscure nerd will be like, no, actually. It was done 2 seasons before.
Yeah.
In the 12-episode drama. So.
Yeah, that's enough whining about there not being good enough quality stuff. It's at least improving, so yeah, anyone else have anything to
Well, it's like kind of coming in waves where okay, so here's the problem with Magical Girl Sight. It's just straight up a Madoka clone.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, well that was super cool. Let's just make us like
Let's do it again.
let's
They did
not,
the opposite
not
of what
even,
John said. Let's take something good and make it terrible.
Not even do it again. That was successful. We can make money off of that, but we have to make sure that the audience knows that that's what they're getting.
Yeah, that's another thing that needs to change. I may be a capitalist, but I do recognize that venture capitalism is more toxic than good. Because even if it starts out good, it eventually erodes its own foundations. They gotta stop worrying about making the money. If they make the good quality shit, the money will come naturally. If you focus on the money,
that's why
you'll just choke yourself.
That's why a lot of the shows are like you could put most of these into like into 4 categories, and then just like there's the good shows that aren't in those categories.
What was the name of the push who made like Spirited Away, House Moving Castle?
Hideaki Anno?
Yes.
No, that was Evangelion.
That's Studio Ghibli, which is wow.
God.
Miyazaki. It's gotta be Miyazaki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all I can think of is the Dark Souls Miyazaki.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other guy's first name.
He was not concerned with making as much money as he can. In fact,
Right.
he insulted people who were going down that path.
Yeah.
Which is funny because if you
was
make
a mistake.
if you make a pillow or anything that looks like Totoro, ching.
Yeah.
But like he did not focus on that. He just focused on
Right.
making a good product that's lasted for decades. That's what he was worrying about. And look at how much good stuff happened because of that. And the people who worry about just making a quick buck, you'll make that quick buck, you'll go hungry soon enough.
You know the reason that the cha-ching happens? It's because they're owned by Disney here.
Disney, you sluts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, the path is laid out. You don't need to be that guy. Just make the good product and you'll get the money. That's about wraps it up for my little rant.
Yeah. So if you need a job and you want to work at an anime-themed tea shop, write us at
Teacast at dragonstreasure.com. I'll keep the email open so you can keep sending us stuff.
Yeah.
If you really love this, send us a letter and make your friends listen to it as well.
also make them donate.
Yes. We still got the GoFundMe going. We are up to $230 now.
That's pretty good.
14 people, 15.
Whatever.
Yep. So yeah, more people donating equals more stuff we can do. I'm taking the long road with this. I am setting up good foundations. I'm only going to keep things quality. I'm not going to sell my soul for the sake of a quick buck. So it's going to be...
But his soul is the highest tier on the GoFundMe.
Yes.
So if you are really interested in his soul, and you got $10,000...
I will do things for you.
Yeah, but you can't give him money right away. It can't be a quick buck. You have to give him the dollar over the course of, like, a decade.
Exactly. Wait.
All right. Lots of things coming up in the second infusion.
Lots of things.
Stay
Lots
tuned.
of things.
Welcome to the second infusion, though technically the first infusion of another tea.
I got to choose this one.
Uh-huh.
I was going to call it the third infusion.
It
But
is
I
the-
was
It's the first infusion.
Very wrong.
Yeah. Third cup. Anyways,
Third
what we're
cup.
drinking now is a plum oolong. I had one of these years ago, and yeah, I love the combination. It's got the earthy tones of the oolong, and the fruity, obviously, tones of plum. It is just beauty in a cup, and the best part about it is the second infusion is more perfect than the first infusion, and it transforms depending on the temperature of the water you use, all these different aspects. It's a great tea.
And the weirdest part about it is that it contains no plum, yet it tastes exactly like it.
Really? Yeah, this tastes just like plum.
Reminds me of the old tea I had back in the day, Magician's Blend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like berries. Smelled like berries.
Well, there's berries in it, but plums aren't berries.
What are they?
They're fruits.
You're a fruit. Speaking of fruits, lots of shows.
What a terrible transition.
I know. Did you watch the second episode of Dances with Dragons?
Yes.
So yeah, it is getting very close to me just cutting it out. It's got one episode left to appease me, but so far, like, this last episode committed so many sins that it's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat where it's just I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
But same that I'm gonna give it another shot. Speaking of which, I'm done with Fist of the Blue Sky. But I didn't really think that. Wait, what was your complaint with it?
Too many sins. I'll begin. So, the biggest sin for me was one main character being so fucking drunk that he had to be carried out of the bar because he couldn't walk or speak under his own terms. Suddenly, when they get encountered by the enemy, no drunkenness whatsoever.
Yeah, of course.
No, I can't do that. That is just bad writing. Like, not even like a wobble or something. Just because if you began watching right the moment
it's
when
not
you got
bad. It's just lazy.
it is bad. Because then, like, if nothing matters, then why the hell should I care?
Yeah, what
mean,
is
if
it?
he's-
Chekhov's gun? Who's the gun?
Yeah,
belong
Chekhov.
to? Chekhov's gun?
Like, if
Yeah.
something happens, make sure it matters. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm at the bar, I'm completely, like, shit-faced drunk. Oh, and then he
So
appears...
your complaint is more that it's like, oh, I'm so drunk I have to be carried out. Well, why have that in the first place?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like... Then, like, is something like...
That-
oh, no,
that's-
I'm
but
poisoned,
that's-
I'm about to die. Oh,
that's-
no,
that's-
5 minutes left in Namek. Make
that's,
rules.
that's more of a nitpick, though, than like a unforgivable sin.
No, it's not, because
That's
if
a cinema sin's sin.
if he's a little drunk,
Ding.
I can understand. But if he literally can't walk, and now he's able to fight flawlessly... There's,
You're getting angry about way too little.
it's not
Like
little.
I
It matters.
agree with you once you explained it, but it's like, okay, just let it fly.
The next sin.
Okay.
The guy deal with bodyguarding. They gave him like they didn't give him like, lieutenant, general, emperor. They gave him like a whole new title in this thing. But they gave no explanation where he was in the pecking order. Why should we care about this new character? Who is he? What does he do? We have no idea. But they make us think that he matters.
The impression that I got was that he was the leader of like a country or something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they
I
didn't
don't
really
know.
explain it, but apparently we're supposed to care. Don't just tell us to care.
I don't think you're supposed to care. I think it's care by default because important guy. Okay, so it's a lot like Cowboy Bebop, where it's just like you do your job. That's all that matters. Is that
Did you watch Cowboy Bebop this week or something?
No, have I referenced it multiple times or something?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I said.
I mean, there are other shows, but anyways, go on with the Cowboy Bebop reference again.
Okay, it's a lot like Outlaw Star, where
Did we talk about this last week, Outlaw Star?
we did. I said I liked it more than Cowboy Bebop, I think.
Give us some non-space cowboy-esque.
So Vash the Stampede is walking through the bar, and
I'm a space cowboy, said Nick.
I could be a space cowboy, said Vash. They never actually go into space in that, do they? It's just their backstory.
They're in space. It's not some random planet they crash on.
Planets are always in space, John. It's
but it's for us relative. There's Earth and space. That's the two things that you can.
Anyway, it's just like, okay, you get assigned a job, you do your job, you get paid. That's like their lifestyle. So it's just like, hey guys, go do this thing, guard the guy, be careful doing it, make sure he doesn't get hurt in any way. And he's kind of like, I'm a big important man, and I don't think it really matters what his position is, but clearly there's some intrigue going on behind the scenes, and hopefully it gets explained further. But I think at this point it's just like they're street level guys. They don't really care who he is. They know who he is. We don't. But
Which is bad, because it wasn't like he just passed by. He was over half the episode. And
yeah,
at no point
you're right.
they made us wonder why we should care. That's just bad writing.
We should care because they have to guard him, and otherwise they don't get paid.
Yeah, so from an outsider point of view, the first one matters a lot. This one is kind of like, well, I mean, obviously you should care if someone's trying to kill someone.
But no one was. It was just a matter of, he's important, therefore he needs bodyguards.
Right.
Did anybody... I watched it a week ago, so did anybody ever actually try to kill him directly?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
It's like...
They succeeded in their job.
By doing nothing.
Right.
It was just around him.
More importantly is the hunter person.
Uh-huh. So is she
any complaints about her?
I suppose not. I mean, the fight scene, they made it seem more epic than it was. It's like,
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, here's our strategy. You distracted, I'm gonna attack. Epic sounds! Yeah. While I'm shit-faced drunk.
Well, I think that the main thing behind that was that she was a gravity type user. Mm-hmm. So, any attempt to, actually hit her with a stick is going to just automatically fail.
Mm-hmm.
So they had, even the you distract her while I hit her from the other side is, obviously, that's such a simple plan, but that's something that'll work. And it was kind of a cool action scene where it was, done really stylistically cool.
Yeah. The artwork is nice. I just wish there was more
it
to
is.
it. The other sin, which is now a 2 episodes running sin, is the redhead's interaction with his elvish girlfriend. It feels really forced. In the first episode, it was, oh, I'm sorry, you want me to think about your ass? Let me kiss you. And this one was just I can't contain myself. Let me very slowly creep my hand up your shirt. It was just, and his voice was off. It did not feel like it fit.
Maybe he's under a spell.
Yeah, the tone was completely like it didn't fit with the rest of the show.
Yeah. And so hopefully next episode will give me a reason to care about anything that's going on, because if it doesn't, I'm just going to drop it.
Well, I care about the hunter.
She might be Dragonkin. That's what it seemed like. She's like, you killed my daddy. I only kill dragons.
There's definitely some kind of story between them, and in the first episode, it seemed like she was hunting redheads. So
because they looked like
the main guy.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's some back story with him. But who knows?
Yep, that's all I got with that. A show involving dragons that maybe not interested in saying a lot.
Pretty much the same with me. Like it's a show. It somehow manages to bore me, despite like everything that I like is in this show. Like if
I'm
they
not in the show.
Well, I mean, you're not a 2D character, so
I know what's coming next.
All right, what's coming next?
What was the name of the show with the girl who had the psychic powers?
Hinamatsuri.
What was the Russian-Japanese War?
Oh, that one was Golden
Kamuy.
We only watched the first episode so far, the T-Man and I. But it's worth a watch just for the CGI bear.
I've seen the second. Yeah, that bear was...
That thing just RKOs on me out of nowhere every time it's on the screen.
I'm not sure if it's even bad CG, because
yes, it is. Yes, it is, Nick.
I liked it.
No, but okay, it's bad like... if it was in anything else, but if it's anime has really bad CGI. The bear was okay for anime standards.
So the first episode of that was okay. I'll watch the second one. Seems like something different. It's got interesting things going on.
I just hope there'll be more bears.
No.
The best part was that, you're watching an anime show, and then all of a sudden zoom in on CGI bear's face.
So I'm assuming things really take off second episode, Nick, since you're praising us like anime of the season.
Uh-oh. What do you mean by take off? Like,
I don't know. You're the one who's like, anime of the season!
It's not Gurren Lagann.
You tell me! You've seen the second episode and you're calling it anime of the season. The first episode did not feel anime of the season-ish.
You know what it is? It's something that's never happened. It's a story in anime that's never been told before.
Yes, I can definitely agree with that. That's the part that's got me hooked the most. Oh, I have not seen this before.
Yeah. And the whole... Okay, so... He's okay with just murdering anybody, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, if you kill... first of all, if you kill an animal, you need to use all of its parts, and it's sacred.
Unless it's killed a human, then it's
Unless
evil.
it's killed a human, then it's a ghost that will haunt you.
You take it.
Yeah, you can have the cursed dark spirit. And if a person kills a person, then they're evil. Also, or whatever she said.
I wonder if they're going to do anything more with his split personality.
His split personality.
Have you noticed it?
He's kind of got like a chill mode and then demon mode.
What does he call himself?
The immortal.
The immortal. My name.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to bro.
Yeah.
And because she's explaining this to him, and he's like, "Oh no, I won't even take I won't ask you to split the treasure with me. I just want enough gold to get my blind brother's friend over to the new world. For that. That's no big deal. Oh, you should take the bear.
To be fair, it's 200. Yeah, and that's like
it's
that's
$6.
a lot.
He says, yeah, that's all I want, and you can have this bear. Although I killed it, with my bayonet in a way that almost killed me. I think you should have it. She's like, no, this is cursed. He's like, then I should have it. Yes, I'm going straight to hell.
So
yeah,
it's a show worth watching. I recommend picking up first 2 episodes. I've not seen the second episode yet, but yeah.
Well, let's just say it's making its way into a memorable show that I think is anime of the season, depending on what other things are doing, and I think other things are.
If it has any more episodes with bears, anime of the season.
Other things are on par for the course. This is just like it stands out.
Yeah. Alright. So back to the other thing. What was it called?
Hinamatsuri.
Yes. I am enjoying it. It is a very enjoyable show.
Did you watch both episodes?
Yes.
Great.
It does. I'm loving the way it's doing comedy because it's doing comedy without trying to do comedy.
I know.
It's kind of like the Devil is a Part-Timer.
Loved it.
Where a lot of the comedy was just like
6 years
when
ago.
they were trying to like summon magic for the first time, and then you whirled. The guy raised his hand up, and the taxi came. Like, it was funny, but like
yeah.
They didn't have like sound effects and stuff and whatnot. It was just
it's casual.
Yeah, casual comedy, and a lot of that show seems to have that.
Yeah.
So the premise is, there's this Yakuza boss, and not boss. He's
He's like
Mitsuhai
middle management.
Yeah. He's sitting on his apartment. And
he's rich enough, or he's high enough up to be like have money, but he's not top level, and he doesn't have to beat up thugs.
Yes. So he's sitting on his apartment. Then out of nowhere, this like storm cloud appears in his apartment, and down falls this like metal cocoon with the face of Lil Good on it.
Ooh.
And that's part of the comedy. Like we were talking about like out of nowhere things happen. We hate that, but it's like part of the comedy because it looks at us like I'm gonna go to bed. Then he wakes up, is like still here. Then like she speaks, "Hey, can you press the button in the back to release me?" And so he does, and there's like naked lollipops.
It wasn't even that. It was like press the button.
Yeah. And so adventures happen. He doesn't really want to use her psychic powers, even though she's powerful as hell. And just lots of comedic everyday things just transpired. That's about all I want to really say, because you had to experience it. So if I explain the joke, kind of like takes away from it.
Yeah. And the second episode, which was, I think, called something along the lines of the ultimate psychic battle,
yes,
or something like that, where they play rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, so that's what happened. Oh, yeah, so the second Loli in a metal cocoon comes, and her mission is to
kill the first Loli.
Was it to kill her or
yes,
take her back?
Kill
her. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't happen. But she takes on a biker gang just because like they were in her way. And so she's walking around with this wearing nothing but a like one of those long biker gang coats. And yeah, they meet each other and play rock, paper, scissors, psychic power style, where they're forcing each other into different moves and stuff. It was great.
Yeah, it's nice. I watched the first episode of the slave one. What was it called? When you can make somebody a slave?
I don't remember.
Right.
It was one of those shows that hasn't been licensed, so it doesn't have a nice English name like all the shows on Crunchyroll. But I'll look it up and put that in the description. So
it's got
that's a thing.
It's got a good premise. It has a original opening. It's not just Anime Girl singing in the background, so it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's got me hooked after the first episode. I'm gonna definitely keep watching. The premise is there's this new piece of equipment that people put behind their top teeth, like in their mouth.
Kind of like a retainer.
Yes. And the way it works is that two people, if they agree to a duel, any type of duel, any type of rules, it's up to them. The loser has to automatically obey the winner until the winner, like, frees them. And obviously it's going to lead to a lot of shenanigans. I'll spoil a little bit of the first one. So, there's this girl, and she ends up getting basically raped by this disgusting dude. Because they went on a date, and it was all like a trick and whatnot. She studies him, and meets him who knows how long later. Uses her sexuality to convince him to, one, put the thing in his mouth, and two, play a game. It's this type of Japanese game, I don't know what it is.
It was, the thing I hate.
Pachinko?
Yes.
Was it? Alright, so playing pachinko. That's the one thing Nick hates. Hates nothing else.
Oh, because they steal. Because there's themed pachinko machines, and they steal all the things that are good and make them pachinko machines, and then there's nothing else that ever happens with those things anymore. Like Metal Gear Solid or Garo.
The rule she sets out is whichever one of us has the most pachinko balls at the end of the hour wins. And he agrees. And so they begin playing. And after the hour, we reveal that she's been there for, like, since morning. And she has a lot more, and so she wins.
She hit him in the back.
Yeah. And so because of that, she wins, and now he has to do everything she says until she releases him. There's rules to this thing. You can't make them kill themselves. You can't make them... I forgot.
There's a couple other rules.
Yeah. But she can do stuff like make him punch himself in the head really hard.
Oh, well,
yeah.
That's good.
And so the main character is someone who is kind of drifting through life because I guess she's just too smart. And the guy convinces her to basically like...
Yeah, she's lacking a purpose.
Yeah. And she... Like, this guy recognizes that, convinces her to basically, like... She has not put it in the mouth yet, but now she has the device. And the whole premise with her is everything seems like really like nice, like they might like hook up, they're holding hands, we can do awesome things with this, let's have some fun, push each other. And the episode ends with, and with her like thinking to herself, I really wish this day never happened. Like everything that happened from this point on is just terrible.
Well, the guy was like, I'm gonna go do a bunch of bets with other people, and I want you to be there in case I lose, and then you can bet with somebody else, and then save me and get me out of it. Mm-hmm. So she was like his backup plan.
Yeah, and so things are gonna go from there. And one thing I find interesting is in the end credits, they showed what I'm guessing is all the people, the main characters, who have the thing in their mouth, and one of them was a cat.
How?
I don't know. But it's just like, because it had like,
They're
the rapey dude, the girl who did that, the main character, the boy, a few other people we have yet to see. Then all of a sudden, like, boom, a cat. It's like, why else would you put the cat in there? I mean, this ought to be interesting.
Well, did it show the cat with the thing in its mouth?
No, they didn't show anybody.
Oh, it just showed the cat.
Yeah. I think it'll be funny. What kind of a duel can you make with a cat? So yeah, it seems like there's going to be a lot of mindfuckery.
Do you accept?
Do you accept? Meow. So, yeah, it shows a lot of promise. I like these mindfuck, make your own rules as long as you stay within the rules type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats, did anybody watch Persona 5?
I began it, but I didn't finish it.
Did you say yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So what was your initial impression? I think that says it all.
Yeah. I'm guessing it was a show made for people who've already played the games. Because somebody who hasn't, they just were jumping all over the place to the point where I just didn't care.
Well, the intro is... it has a really weird plot structure. So the intro they jammed a bunch of stuff into they tried to jam 3 hours into the first 20 minutes. So I'm guessing you were chronologically confused
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like suddenly they're all a bunch of thieves, and then like he's in jail, and there's like this butterfly floating around with that lady. And all of a sudden he's in like some mystical space. It's like,
I'm glad they kept the butterfly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on? You know what? No, I don't even care anymore. Are they even the same person? I can't tell. Was it the same guy?
Yeah.
Like, just
There's a lot of flashbacks and forwards, and
without telling us.
so, well, in the game, there's always a date in the corner. So when you flash forward, it to the like, there's the investigator talking to the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the calendar like flipping, or the date like flipping forward like really fast, and then it cuts to that scene where he's being interrogated. But in the show, it just kind of cuts to it, and it's like, it's really confusing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing.
like, wait, does this connect? Like, is this a whole new scene?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then you never saw the second half of the episode, so I'm guessing you kind of just dropped it off because like you were that confused.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the second half probably would have helped a little bit, but whatever.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Time not being on our side. Start rhymes with Ryan's Gate Zero.
Oh yeah, you saw the first episode, right?
I did.
Before we talk about Zero,
But it might be afterwards, depending on which timeline we're in.
you never know. Let's talk about the T-Man's review of Steins Gate, since he just watched it for the first time.
Welcome to the group.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, I really enjoyed it from start to finish. Apparently some people don't like the first episodes. I do. I love the first episodes.
No,
and like,
it's just John's overexposure to them.
Yes.
It's like me with the first few episodes of Monster. I cannot do that again.
We watched it, God, I don't know, it must have been 6 years ago, 5 years ago?
2010 show, so
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it was a while. And
We tried to watch it a lot of times.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Monster.
I started to have like theories. I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of good, like it's okay, but I'm kind of excited. I'm interested. And then it went nowhere. And then we had to watch it again. And I'm like, that was a little bit more convoluted than I remember it. I don't remember what I used to think. Then I had to watch it again. And it's just like, I mean, the things I used to find funny aren't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
being a person who's also time traveled, it was very much a mindfuck for me. Maybe a little bit dizzy at some points, but I kept my feet on the ground. I really felt for Mr. Ocarine through pretty much all of it.
Mr. Ocarine.
Uh-huh.
Sub or dub?
Huh?
Did you watch the sub or the dub?
The sub.
Okay, good.
Dude.
That's the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
People said the dub is pretty good.
It's pretty good, but there is one scene that you can't not... You can't watch the sub or the dub with, and I'm guessing from your laugh, you know what I'm talking
Son
about.
of a beach.
I'm mad scientist, bro. It's so cool, son of a bitch. Nihongo o hanashimasu ka?
So what did they do in the dub with that?
I don't know. I think they just did it like that, and then he's like, "Oh, you speak English
Did
or
you watch
Japanese?
it?
Japanese, I mean."
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's the dub is really forgettable versus the sub is not. Yeah. I laughed so hard.
Did they keep in the tuturus?
They must have.
They better have.
I watched the dub, but so what? I was looking for that scene, and I happened across the English dub, and I'm like, that sucked. You need that.
So far in the first episode of Steins Gate Zero, there were 3 tuturus.
Yes.
Do-do.
Mm-hmm. Mayoshi's a good waifu.
She is.
I can never tell when she's sad.
She's usually looking at the sun.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
She needs glasses.
She needs to stop looking at the sun.
That's why she needs glasses.
She needs sunglasses.
So,
And now I'm picturing her with sunglasses, and it's like those pixelated glasses, like Thug Life glasses.
So Steins Gate Zero. Have you figured out what timeline this is yet?
I
have, because I've played the game.
Oh.
Also, yeah, don't ask me about this.
I want to ask you about this.
in the original Steins Gate, I also played the game, and like they have a lot of like death sequences, which like they happen a lot in the game. It's a really stupid system where the things that happen, basically the timeline changes are activated by like if you answer your phone when someone calls you or they send you a text, and that happens a lot. So there's a lot of ways to change the timeline. But one of the things that they didn't have in the anime is the shopkeeper's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
There's one timeline where Okabe kills the father,
mm-hmm.
and she comes back to the past, and it's just like a normal day, and he's walking past the shop, and he's like, "Hey, everybody," and then she just comes up and stabs him because her mind is in the past, and she's getting revenge on him before he does
They
stuff.
showed that scene in Steins Gate Zero. There was like a little
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember the details now, but it was a scene like her. She grabbed a knife and like charged at him, but then like cut off before any stabbing happened. Or maybe that was
no. The daughter of the shop owner.
Yes. The little girl, whatever her name was. Or was that in
the scene that you're thinking of was
it in the movie or
Christina?
No, not her.
Oh, maybe it was in one of the OVAs or something.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch those.
Yeah. So yeah, should we just spoil the timeline, or people can figure it out on their own?
I think it's pretty obvious, given that
The beginning?
the beginning and the fact that episode 23 got a bit of a retcon.
Yeah, not a retcon, alternative timeline. This is the timeline of the Okabe who sent the message back in time.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I played the game, huh?
Well, any timeline where time travel is involved is that timeline.
What?
As long as he sends the message back in time.
Yes, but there's a timeline in which he never got that message, because he has to be the first one to send it.
Right.
That is a timeline we're following. I broke him.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
No, I'm just processing.
So this... No,
It's the beta line.
this is the one that he's never traveled back in time. Is that what you're proposing?
No, this is the one in which, so we know when Okabe came back from stabbing,
Right,
Christina.
okay. Not the initial one. I got what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. I agree with that.
It's like, you should have gotten a message. It's like, oh, let me look at this.
Not the video message,
Yeah,
not
the video
initial message.
Yeah. And so, this timeline is of that video message, and what led to him sending that. So, yeah.
Well, we might find out anyways.
Well, we'll find out. Yeah.
Right. So, already several new characters. We get to see the mom of Suzuha.
Man, he's out of his league.
She wasn't in
Steins
in
Gate?
Steins Gate?
No.
I think she might have been like a background character or something.
Sure.
I think she was
She had no name or voice.
but just got backgrounded out of the anime.
Possibly. There was no indication of her being there in the original. So we got her.
That's why, like, in the first episode, she's like, "What if my mom finds out?" And then it's like, "Hi, I'm her mom."
So from what I can gather,
A mom suddenly has appeared.
From what I can gather, they basically built a robot Christina.
An AI.
I think that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's poor Okube. He just can't seem to.
No, you can't get a break.
No, he can't. That's what you get.
They didn't show her, right? It was just it's so
It
vivid.
was just like
flowing red hair.
We're turning it on, and then it cut to his face.
Yeah,
I think
It showed a little bit of somebody with like flowing red hair.
and then they had the name of the project, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're gonna bring her back.
yeah, and it was like booting up.
I
and
am
stuff.
so sorry.
But how do you think that will?
This is what happens when you give lolies control of your heart.
Uh,
how do you think he'll get wrapped up in that? Because obviously he will.
Well, she's gonna recognize him because it keeps all the memories. Remember, like, you stabbed me.
It doesn't give him the. It doesn't give her the world line memories like the.
No, but she has the memories of being stabbed by him.
How?
Because he stabbed her.
So how does it give her memories?
Because the AI keeps all the memories of the person they created. Or, whatever.
They piggybacked off of her thesis on how everything's stored in the temporal lobe, which allowed them to create memories within robots and preserve memories, and basically create robot versions of the formerly deceased humans.
Okay.
And so she was experiment number 1, so he took her memories and put into that robot.
That's his theory anyways.
That's your theory.
Yes.
I understand where he's coming from. This will be really interesting.
It will.
Or what they could do better is like, oh, my memory goes only back to the beginning of all that violence and my dad pulling out a knife. I don't remember what happened after. Did you save me? Yeah, I totally did. I sure hope memory doesn't jog back. So, yeah. It definitely, as a guy who, pretty much continued from, the original to now, it feels like just a regular continuation. It feels like, season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah, there's no,
oh, God. No.
There's no, like, big...
That's like the worst possible season 2 ever.
there's no, like, big change in quality or voice actors or anything of the sort. It feels like just a continuation.
Well, there's a little bit of a change in animation quality, but not much.
I like it. A little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's fine. But
they didn't decide to suddenly start making everything shiny.
Yeah.
Like it's wet and sticky.
Yeah. And as for Okabe as a character, because that's my chosen name for him, they
Hoen Kyoma.
They basically made him functioning. Like he was this sort of like recluse, and now he's in the tennis club, and he goes out drinking with his college buddies.
And oddly enough, that's because of PTSD.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
My PTSD made me normal.
Did you guys see the movie?
No.
No?
Did they go to Las Vegas or something?
No. The movie describes, like, how we got the name Hoen Kyoma and all of that.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I
Okay.
thought I saw all this stuff, but apparently I saw none of the stuff.
It's a bit of a... This is the first part of the whole thing which really gave me a mindfuck. I'll put it like that. Because I could follow everything from season 1, but then the movie was like, wait a minute.
I saw a bunch of OVAs, and I thought that it was all of it.
The 3-minute ones?
No, they were like an hour or something.
Did you see a 3-minute OVAs?
No, I was like, they're 3 minutes. They must contain nothing.
Yeah, but entertaining.
Eh.
Yeah. Well, now we know what Nick's stance.
That's why I always see like this season's 3-minute shows, and I'm like, the premises sound so good, but it's like gonna be just nothing. It's like the entire season of it could just be one episode of a show.
Yeah.
Not worth watching.
Well, yeah, go and watch the movie.
I will. I'll also watch. I'll just watch everything I haven't watched,
including the Horse Girl anime.
No, relating to Steins Gate.
Oh, but you're gonna watch that one, right?
The Horse Girl anime?
Yeah.
No.
When the last episode came out, I'm like, God damn it, I gotta watch it. The last episode, her big problem was that she got a little fat.
Oh dear.
No, all horse. Alright.
Oh, that was a BoJack Horseman pun.
Huh?
That was a BoJack Horseman pun.
I'll take it.
Do you hate yourself now?
A little bit. Alright, Magical Girl Ore episode 3 finally came about after at least the first two nice and early. So yeah, that's an example of how you put like anime that's supposed to be trash and is running well with it. Like it's a parody of the Magical Girl stuff. It's supposed to be silly and funny.
Yeah,
and
I don't think it's designed to be. Well, no anime is designed to be trash, but it's designed to pander. But I don't think this is like that. It's a parody.
Yes.
Anime parodies are usually pretty good.
Yeah. But something like Ero Manga Sensei is not a parody. It's just trash.
Which one? Oh, yeah, no, that was just pandering trash.
Uh-huh.
It was a waifu thing.
Yeah. There's so many lines to this like love octangle going on here. I just love it. So the main character loves the sidekick's brother. But when the sidekick transforms into a dude, looks like the brother.
Yeah.
And then
oddly, she doesn't seem to have that much of a reaction to that.
Not yet.
Other than, wait, what just happened?
Not yet, but she will. And then the brother seems to be into dudes, and so when they transform, he gets interested into the main character. Otherwise, he's creeped out by her in the female form. Yeah, there's a lot of lines. So with the sidekick, does she love Saki as a female or as a male?
Yes.
She said she'd love her as anything.
Yeah. It's weird. And I like it.
And there seems to be a Monster of the Week coming. That's how I took it.
Yeah, it might also be parodying that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, an enemy is approaching, but
The boyfriend or the brother.
The brother?
The brother will always be in danger because
Yeah.
Yes, always
But it was licenseless writer, but with a little bit more coolness.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be the villain. I think he's going to be the anti-hero.
Like a rival?
Yeah. Like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the guy that always wore the mask, the vigilante.
Tommy Jones.
Yes. Kind of like one of those. He's the Hiei to their Yusuke.
It basically, magical girls, they get all the credit, but I do all the work.
Something along those lines.
That's what he thinks. I think that's going to be their manager. He's just like, oh yeah, I'll be there always. And then in his mask, he's like, I will always be there when magical girls,
I will always be there to foil their schemes.
No, I don't think he's the manager.
I don't think so.
When he was looking at the paper, he seemed like, what?
The manager's I think he's just opportunistic.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes magical girls. So it seems like they're going to be idols in their male forms. That's going to be fun.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
No,
I hope it improves their vocal cords for some silly reason.
I hope they're like really great singers, but then like they lose all their followers because it's like, why would anyone watch that?
They don't have any followers.
Oh yeah.
Versus the male duo do. So that's one of the reasons I hope that they get, because the combat power is just like, well, obviously men are better at fighting, so you're gonna transform into a man. And now they're gonna be like, well, obviously men are better at singing. Some silly
Well,
thing.
the other two are...
And then they're gonna take out a grill at some point. Well, obviously men are better at grilling.
The other two are have their idol group. They're more popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they're men.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Anyway.
Point proven in all cases. No exceptions.
So let's see. Next thing down the line, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I saw today's episode as well.
Oh, there's a third?
Yeah. It comes out...
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it comes out like 9:30 or something.
Yeah,
time.
it's too early for me.
Yeah. It dove into the backstory of the Nazi main characters. Because that's what the
Did
site
you
is.
say Nazi?
Yes. They are the Nazi side. I mean...
The rebels.
No, the Nazis. You know, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed one?
Oh.
The one whose ancestor is the Emperor
Aryans.
of Humanity? You know, the ones who apparently had like elimination of genetic inferiors back in the day.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Nazi side. Not the ones who
Well-
escaped and made their own civilization on a different planet.
Wait, are you talking about the third episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the second episode was like
No,
that.
no, no.
No, it was from the other side's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the third one, so...
Yeah. But you've seen Legend of Galactic Heroes, so you probably...
I've seen very little of it,
Yeah.
and most of it was just tactics.
Yeah.
So I don't know the lore behind it or anything.
I gotta say, I think the opening to that show is my favorite opening out of any show. 'Cause
Really?
It really... It makes you feel like
It's
some,
a
like...
good opening, yeah.
It makes you feel like some, like, epic that's gonna be told for thousands of years is coming.
It's been told for a very long time. Over the course of a very long time, I should say.
Yeah. It's a really nice opening.
Now that you say that, I wonder if it's based off of a manga because, like, the original anime was from the 80s and it went into the 90s, and I wonder if that was what it's based on, or if it's just like an original thing that, like, it was just like absolute chaos. Like, you need a Reddit guide to tell you how to watch that.
It was a series of science fiction novels.
Oh,
Not light
Okay.
novel, science fiction.
yes, very definite difference there. Hearing the word light based on a light novel is like a curse. It means that show will end on, like, absolutely a cliffhanger.
Still
Not a
ongoing.
cliffhanger, but like just nothing. Still ongoing?
No,
Wow.
I lied. It stopped after 10 volumes.
10 volumes.
Well, no, that is the novel
That's
series.
still a lot.
Then it's got a side stories novel series.
Of course
then
it
a
does.
Manga, then another manga.
Of course it
Anime
of course
film.
it has 2 mangas.
OVA, another anime film,
Of
another
course,
anime film,
of course.
another OVA, more manga, more anime television series. The first one looks like, or
Yes, we know there's anime.
this one's only
Anyway.
scheduled for 12 episodes.
What?
Yeah. How are they gonna like?
They're gonna just have a battle. That's what it is gonna be.
I guess that's not gonna be an. I saw all those characters in the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess hopefully there'll be more. I don't know. That's
You know what it is? They're gonna have one of the OVAs told over a series.
Hopefully they will do more. Because that opening's got me invested.
Yeah, and it makes me want to watch the original show, so that's nice. Except that the original show was kind of boring and slow-paced.
Okay, it'll be split into 2 seasons. The first one will be 12 episodes. Season 2 will be blah 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 blah. It's set to premiere as 3 films, 4 episodes each, 2019.
I remember that. So, yeah, seeing it as a show kind of surprised me.
Okay, that's going to be something. All right.
Speaking of light novels, Full Metal Panic. You guys never watched that, right?
9.
Nope. Despite your suggestions.
Despite my suggestions. Well, it is a 24 episode commitment, so
that's too long.
Or sorry, a 52 episode
Here's 60.
commitment, so
And it's not 290 episodes?
I'm sure it's not 290 episodes. It's 2 episode seasons.
You were saying earlier how you were a mathematician? It's got 24 or 40, 56.
Actually, you were saying you were a mathematician, so maybe you can add up to 24
Yeah, because I
episode
followed
seasons.
the math of Magical Girl Ore when I was playing the boob to penis ratio.
I don't think... No, it was... body mass to body mass ratio, and one of the coefficients was pi. No, the only thing was pi, and the other one was question mark, and then it somehow was greater than and double equal to.
And being a mathematician, I follow that.
Being a mathematician myself, I know that is like completely nonsensical.
You know what, Nick? I was following math up until junior high. What did you leave off at?
College.
That makes you dumber.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, this Full Metal Panic had, like, it was one of those shows that's, like, wacky, but then it has its serious moments when, like, stuff is actually, like, it's serious time, you know? And
it's serious time.
Well, it's kind of like Dragon Ball, where like the original Dragon Ball, not Z, where Goku has to go do a bunch of stuff, and like a lot of the time he's like doing wacky kid things, but then sometimes he has to punch an assassin in the face and get magical spirit water and stuff. So the first season of Full Metal Panic, it's like half school shenanigans and half giant robot fights. And then the second season, they split it up into all wacky shenanigans and all like the main character became an alcoholic, and there's snipers at the other main character who's a schoolgirl. And it's just like pure like grimdark.
So 2 holes at once.
What?
Because the first you're like it was half this, half that, but the second season is all of this and all of that.
No, there's 2 arcs.
Ah.
So now it's at just like the schoolgirl or the school comedy part is just gone, and it's go time for this is basically the second season that I said earlier, where it was half this half that. That is basically the Z of the Dragon Ball part. So that was go time. Now it's extra go time because like actual war has started, and it's leading up to some good stuff. And I think this is just 12 episodes, which I don't think they're gonna get to the part that I'm hoping will be animated, but I hope they continue to do this show. I love it. It has one of the greatest heel turns of all time, I think.
Cool.
Right, so next up...
Record of Grancrest Wars.
Oh, man. We watched a lot.
Yeah.
Record of Grancrest Wars. So it finished in one episode, not two.
Yep, they threw everything at it with the blonde son that didn't have a name until the episode. Guess what happened? He dead.
Yeah.
It was a little bit... I a lot of times like the subtlety of, here are the terms. No. Here are the terms. That's what I said, bud. No, it's not what you said, bud. Usually there's like subtlety there. This one was just like, he just repeated what the guy said in a really long way. You know what I mean?
No, you lost me.
So the father gives the father Rossini gives the son Rossini discretion over the terms, and he's just like, you both are gonna die. And then he's like, whoa, well, I mean, I think sure I'll do it, but that'll be bad for you. I say that I can just help you out, and he's like, no, your father has to die, and you got to help me out.
Wait, you mean when they surrendered the castle?
Yeah,
or the city?
Yeah. He's basically like, all right, here's what I think you should do. My father's ready to die, and I understand. Like, we were dicks. And so that'll happen. But I think that to unite the place, you need me at your side, and I'll swear loyalty to you because I realize that we was dicks. And then the people that I'm over will serve you, and that'll be great. He's like, well, no, that's just the easy way out. What I want you to do is I want you to live and swear loyalty to me so that everyone... Like, it lacked subtlety. It was just like... I thought that he would, like, cast him out. Just exile him.
Uh-huh.
But in the end, he's like, no, I want you to swear loyalty to me. He just repeated what the guy said, but went about it a really long way.
Well, but the first way he suggested it was more like, I'll be your royal advisor or something. Mm-hmm. And the second way was, it was more like, I want you around to keep the guys that swore their vow to you in check.
Vice versa.
Was
guy said, the Rossini guy said, you want me around because there's people loyal to me and they will bend the knee. And he's like, well, that's the easy way of ruling. I want you around so that the people that were against you... It's just like, there wasn't really much subtlety there. Like, I really liked what he said because he goes, no, I'm not going to keep you around so I can get my enemies under my belt. They can choose to be my enemies after losing or not. I'm ruling for the long game. I want to do things right. And so I'm like, oh, good. And then he just did like a turn in the middle of his speech and was like, yeah, so you're going to swear loyalty to me because that's the easiest thing for all the... I mean, okay, great, yay.
Yeah.
I'm usually like all on board for that kind of turn, switch. Everything stays the same, but everything changes.
Uh-huh.
Everything most things say the change, but the spirit of it changed. I didn't see the spirit of a change.
There was one scene which, for me personally, was really hilarious because when Theo was fighting Blonde Sun and Blonde Sun was on the horse, I thought to myself, he should kill the horse. No, Theo was not a type of person. He wouldn't kill the horse.
Stab right through the neck.
Like, oh God! Okay, he would.
He does what's necessary.
So it's like right after I had that thought, just stab.
Yeah. The battle scene I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm. And overall, I mean, I liked the direction it went. I was like, oh man, they actually sort of dropped the ball on something while still getting it mostly right.
I wish they did more with Baphomet.
Sort of dropped the ball?
Yeah, like I already explained that.
So dropped the ball in one place, but did well.
They got the macro correct. I think that's the way it should have gone.
Yeah, I wish they did more with Baphomet. Just kind of went away. The demon goat god that the witch summoned.
Oh yeah, he'll be back, right?
I don't know because I think she
dead.
No, they took her in her custody. So. She's like, take her out of here.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
It was really sudden.
Huh. So one thing, I don't know if anybody else caught on, but I think the mage main character may have lost her powers now.
Because of the wand?
Yeah, because she tossed the wand to cause that giant wish orb to...
If she was gonna sacrificed her powers, she wouldn't have.
They would have flashed back to her at the age of 12 when they taught her the lesson of that if you do this, you lose your powers.
They'll probably mention it like next episode because like she
Yeah.
had
because they're very vague about the lore in this show.
she had a very notable but subtle face after it was all said and done.
Yeah, because she doesn't have a wand now, but
Yeah.
she could get another one potentially.
Maybe. We'll find out.
It all depends on
some
how
fleshing
hard
out.
wands are to get. And, like, maybe you have to craft your own with your blood or something. I
Because
don't know.
otherwise, like, casting that giant-ass spell, like, there should be some sacrifice for, insta-win.
She did break the wand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the witch's like final attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just canceled it out. Right.
So I'm fairly certain there's going to be a little bit of sacrifice.
I don't think she'll lose her power permanently, but I think she's going to have to get a new wand.
Maybe not permanently, but there'll be at least some level of my power's gone. Yeah, fight scene was quite nice. Watching people duke it out.
Yeah,
so bloody.
I forgot about that part of the fight scene. That part was cool. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that part covers thoughts on that. My Hero time?
I guess
It's
so.
been like 8 anime. Yeah. So, I think most of the episode was actually filler. Now that I think about it. Because they did not...
Yeah.
Yeah. That was filler done right.
Yeah.
It stayed within the elements of the story and what was supposed to be going on. It wasn't boring. They didn't add anything.
It wasn't so much filler as in nothing happened much.
Well, plenty of stuff happened.
As somebody that didn't read the manga, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Yeah.
They stopped the bus. They threw them into the wild. They fought the monsters, and it was kind of exciting. It was kind of fun. There was that moment where you didn't know what to expect because the rock guy's like, "Fair beast, please stay your hand." And they're like, "Oh, your power don't work." And so then he had the birds attack. But it was all kinds of fun. I loved the ending when they're redoing their tests, and they find out that they've improved proportionally about none.
Was
statistically insignificantly. Bakugo.
I can never remember his name.
Bakugo threw the thing.
Was he the only one that threw it?
Yes.
So far, yeah.
Okay. Then next episode's gonna be cool.
Yeah. But there's like most of your improvements have been everything that goes behind your quirks. And now we need to make your quirks better. And it's
all been stuff you learned in school. Somehow.
Yeah.
And the mental aspects.
Yeah.
You actually have to deal with the villains.
Yeah, actual ground experience.
So who knows what's going to exactly come out of this. This is going to be great.
We do.
Yeah.
Most important part of the episode, the fan service.
Which was what?
We get to see all the ladies in the hot tub.
Oh. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It was like 2 seconds.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember.
What was... What are they trying to go for that one lady who's 20? Like, she says that she's 18 at heart and thinks... I think that she's flirting with the kid.
She's like 18, saying, so they formed a team and they're like, we're all, young and beautiful. And then now they're like old enough to have children. And that's why they thought that the kid was theirs. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm 18. And it's probably a reference to a real life idol person who's like, I'm still 17. She's like 34.
Oh man, Ayumi Hamasaki is still going. She's like 40.
Huh?
Ayumi Hamasaki?
Who's that?
She like one of the biggest idols that Japan ever had.
I don't even know.
Oh, shame on you. She did.
Sorry, I hate idols.
She's done a.
She's
one of the good idols because she actually writes her own lyrics
with
and
passion.
Music.
Okay, if she's performing music, that's fine.
Yeah.
If she's just like singing and dancing with a dumb suit, I hate that.
It's actually kind of sad. She's lost hearing in one ear because of what was it, tetanus? What?
Tinnitus.
Yeah, and the other one's going. But she's like, I don't do anything else. Like, this is my passion. It's like, you're losing your hearing.
I didn't finish high school.
No, but she has some talents. I mean, I've not heard any of her later stuff past like 2005, but she actually does her own thing. Anyway, back to
that's good. People with actual skills that can perform without the vocalizer box, whatever. What's it called?
The robot thing.
Yeah, the robot thing.
Yeah.
People that can do that and perform instruments, I'm all for that. But I hate this stupid, the idol things.
Yes.
Like, especially when it's like a huge group, and it's like pick your favorite, and then we'll vote them off the others off the island, and bring the younger ones in.
She walked away from the idol stuff. Like she was being marketed as a product, and someone she said, "You know what? I'm actually a human. I'm gonna just not do this product stuff. I'm gonna just sing." Remember the first time I heard it was...
Did she have to shave her hair off and apologize while crying?
No. The first time I heard it was one of the best AMVs I've ever seen. It still holds up today. I'm actually gonna show it to you guys because it's just good. But anyway, back to the plot. So yeah, did you see the next episode preview by chance?
I don't remember it, no.
Yeah,
I don't watch them.
Yeah, we get to see the other members of that Pussycat Squad. What'd you think of the initial villains that we've seen so far?
I like that one of them appears to have better intentions in mind. Like he's like their definition of justice is just too shallow, as opposed to justice itself as a terrible concept. So he's pretty cool.
The skin guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the others are kind of just like, yay, chaos.
He's kind of like, he's closer to the hero killer.
Yeah. Stein.
John's gonna love the female of the group.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, no, you won't.
So we found out how they knew, and was the main bad guy who managed to find out through his methods.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was really pumped about this episode. It had the right amount of action, and the right amount of realization, and the right amount of character development after that last episode.
Yeah, I like the kid character and like his whole thing.
Yeah,
his family was heroes. His parents died. He's a kid. He doesn't give a shit. His parents are dead. Because everyone's just like, "Oh, your parents are so brave. That's what a hero does." My mom and dad are dead.
Heroes die. It's so brave.
And I'm sure him and Deku will have nothing to talk about later.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
So I think that just about wraps it up. This is probably going to be the longest episode
Yep.
we've done.
And the last
this will make
episode.
up for all of our weeks that we're going to miss now.
Yep.
So, for everyone that's been around for most of this journey, thank you.
And send us money at...
At the GoFundMe.
At the GoFundMe.
Was it Make Dragon's Treasure Real?
Yeah.
Yes. Or you can just type in Help Dragon's Treasure Open Shop in Google and it'll pop up.
Or GoFundMe the Dragon's Treasure.
Yep. Or just look at our Facebook. Or the new website. I forgot to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
New website finally launched, and it's a lot less...
Wonky.
Yeah, I didn't make it, so it's good now. Yeah. Alright then, signing off for potentially the last time, or at least for a while. This is the T-Man.
T-Guy.
I'm Nick.
Senpai.
You're a T-Senpai, you're a T-Fellow. Get it right.
T-Fellow.
When we come back, I swear to God, I'm gonna...
Come back? Where are we going?
To magical places.
Oh, no, that sounds bad.
See you next time.